Hello and welcome to the Ravensburger Games YouTube channel. My name is Sam, and today we are going to be looking at my picks for Ravensburger games that can be given as stocking stuffers. So this is going to be small box games, and I'm also looking at different types of people might enjoy different types of games, obviously. So I'm going to be giving you guys some tips on who this might actually be for. But we've got about 7 games to get through today, so let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, the first game we're going to be looking at is called Level 8, and this would be a perfect gift for people that are a fan of Phase 10 or Rummy because it does work in a similar fashion. You essentially have 8 different levels that you have to get through in order to win. In Level 8, players are going to need to balance whether they are going to be basically working towards their goal of completing their phase, or maybe trying to take an important card that you think another player might need from the discard pile. It is super easy to learn if you're coming from a background of liking games like Rummy or Phase 10, so this could be the perfect gift for somebody just like that. Push is an excellent card game that is actually very much so a game about pushing your luck, which is probably why it's called Push. But essentially, in Push, turns are honestly super simple. You're just going to be drawing a card from the top of the deck, and you're going to be able to create these different piles in front of you, and you cannot create more than 3 of these stacks. One of the most important rules is that a stack cannot contain a repeat of the number or a repeat of the color, and so you're going to be kind of trying to balance out all of these 3 different stacks. Well, you can also on your turn basically bench certain stacks in order to basically score those, and so that actually is going to protect them because there is going to be a chance that a dice will be rolled, and that will tell you to discard all cards of a certain type, which can be really harmful. So you do want to hide away your resources. So multiple aspects of kind of pushing your luck in this game, and I would definitely recommend this game to players that like to have a little bit of a stressful game, but also strategy in anticipating what you will encounter through this deck. You can get really good at guessing and estimating how far you can push without busting. Piñata Blast is a game that is almost real-time of sorts. You're going to be grabbing a handful of dice and you're going to be dropping them on the table, and players are going to have a hand of different kinds of candy. What they're trying to do is they're trying to play down cards and then grab the dice that matches the face of the card they played and then place the dice on top of the card, but you want to be the fastest, and everybody's doing that around the table. Another thing of note is that there's actually going to be 1 dice that's green that was rolled, and whatever candy shows up on that dice is going to be the rotten candy for that round. So if you grabbed any of those will not count for your points total. Now, all of the different cards in this game are actually going to have different points amounts, and those are going to be what they actually earn you at the end of the game. Piñata Blast is so much fun. It is so easy to pull out. I love the dice. I love the cute artwork, and also this game lasts very quick, only about 15 minutes, so you could get in multiple rounds if you like. This game is great because you can't really get bored, and so this might be for the player that you think, might lose their attention during game night. This one is really hard to lose their attention because everybody is doing the game at the same time, and that is Piñata Blast. The Echoes series of games is perfect for someone who likes maybe games like Clue or Betrayal House on the Hill, somebody who wants a murder mystery to solve, something with a little bit of a spooky vibe. The reason why I find it especially interesting is that you also have to download a free app onto your phone that comes with sound effects for each of the cards that you will encounter. Now, these cards are going to be story cards that are going to basically build out this murder mystery, and you as the players are trying to find out which sounds go to which cards and which order. And as you are slowly building out these cards correctly, you are also building out the murder mystery. Echoes, like I said, is going to be for that player that likes either the kind of more creepy game vibe in a small box, or maybe just likes to play detective and jump into a murder mystery game night. Now, the reason why I think Minecraft Explorers is going to be one of the perfect games for anyone who obviously loves Minecraft is that it is essentially the Minecraft experience in a small little box, and it's only going to be cards. In Minecraft Explorer, you are going to be exploring different locations, and meanwhile, you're trying to make sure that the mobs do not overwhelm you, which sounds like a lot to deal with. And yes, it is. This definitely gives a bit of that Minecraft experience, trying to get different tools in order to do tasks easier. So for example, you might be able to craft a sword, which is going to help you take out the mobs a lot quicker, which is awesome. But the goal of the game is to basically complete these different orders, and these orders are going to be on the top of the board, randomized at the start of the game. So you're trying to find items that have those symbols, and you're trying to complete those before the mob swarms you and takes over. It is an absolute blast, especially if you are a fan of the Minecraft universe. Let's talk about I Found It. Now, this is a great game that I discovered this year that is essentially just cards, and they have art on the front, they have items on the back, and every player is going to be taking a hand of these cards, and a player is going to draw a card from the draw deck, and everyone is going to look for the item shown in the cards that they have. One of the reasons why I think this is great is that it is so easy to play literally anywhere. You can play this in the car because everybody could just have their hand of cards, and you can just kind of show the item, and everybody's just looking around in their smaller hand of cards for these items. So really easy to travel with. Once you find the item, you're going to be taking the card that you found it on, and you're going to be placing it face down on the stack, and that will be the next item. And then play is going to continue, and you're just trying to get rid of all your cards to win the game. As a fan of Where's Waldo and I Spy as a kid, this game really intrigued me, and happy to say that it is a blast if you have somebody who is a fan of these kind of Spot It series of books, games, any sort of that. This gives that same experience, but in a more gamified, competitive way, and I really think that it is worth checking out. And last but not least, we've got That's Not a Hat. One of the games that so far, as I've introduced it to people when I have played this game at different houses, family, friends, they have always asked, where did I get this game? And they have gone out and bought their own copy. And I've gifted a couple copies already. That's Not a Hat is a blast. It is a memory game, essentially, where you're going to be passing around hidden items and basically telling players what the item is, and if they think that you are telling the truth, they can accept the item. If they think that you're lying, they can say, that's not a hat, or, you know, whatever the item is. And essentially, if they're right or wrong, somebody's going to get a penalty point. And the first player to 3 penalty points is going to basically cause the end of the game, and whoever has the least of those will win. It is a really easy game to play. The artwork is very charming. So I definitely highly recommend you check out That's Not a Hat, especially it's a perfect stocking stuffer for someone who likes those memory or bluffing games. That is it for the games that I recommend you give as stocking stuffers this holiday season. I've got links to the game down below, so if you are interested in one of the games, definitely check out the link down there. But that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.